Welcome, I am Ahmed. Today's video is going to be about top 5 laptops that you can use for video editing, without breaking the bank. Number 5, we have Lenovo T560. Lenovo T560 is a system that you can actually use, it's wide, so it has this 15.6 inches screen. And that means a lot of your video editing can be done in a very massive way, so you can see it properly. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to look at the number of RAM slots. The number of RAM slots on it is actually 2, so it could be 8/8 or 16/16, meaning it's upgradable, so it makes it a good combination. Number 3, you want to look at the processor speed. So considering the processor speed for that system must carry a Core i7. So often the Core i7 version of it carries a 2.6 GHz speed and above. So it means that any kind of work you are doing on it regarding your softwares that you are using for your editing would actually, pump it up. You can take it up turbo boost. We call it turbo boost. So you can take it up to the extent of, say, maybe 3.5, 3.9, and so forth. So depending on how it goes. So one other thing you want to look at on this system is the fact that it has 3 USB ports. It as well have the HDMI connector. It has a mic, you can put in your mic somewhere, and it has a whole lot of ports. So lastly, you want to consider the price. So Lenovo is often a system that is not so patronized in Nigeria, but I can tell you it's everywhere now. People are getting it, and it's very affordable. So between the prices of 230,000 to 270,000, you can get that particular combination. And I can tell you again, the processor on that system is actually a 6th or 7th gen. Usually you get a 6th or 7th gen. So 230 to 270,000 will do it for Lenovo T560. Number 4, we have the Dell Latitude E5470. This is a system that you want to consider the space. It's 14 inches, it's lightweight, it's good enough, very good. But I like one very specific thing about it. If you can get the Core i7 version that carries the processor description with an H, it could have an H. That place you see Core i7, maybe 7800H or 7680HQ, something like that. You can see that H or HQ. It designates the fact that it's a very high kind of Core i7 that can do a lot of work. Because go check laptop that has this dedicated graphics. They are the ones that always carry that kind of processor. So you want to check it out. You want to check that out. So if you can get such 54 Latitude 5470 with that HQ or H, then you are rest assured that you are getting a very perfect system for video editing. Also, like I said, this system also carries a 2 RAM slot, that is, you can expand it easily. It also have the HDMI port, it has the USB port, I think it has up to 3. Then in the country right now, you can get it between the prices of between 220 to 260. You get a very good one with those combinations. And of course, don't forget, you want to get your storage, you want to make sure it is an SSD. You want to get this particular system we call HP Zbook 15G2. It's quite old. It's a 4th generation laptop. Then it's big, quite heavy. So you want to consider the weight, but it's a 15-inch system that actually carries a Core i7. So the Core i7 version is very perfect for your work. And of course, because it always carries a 2 gig dedicated VRAM, you want to consider it for video editing. So this system is very good for video editing, and it's something you don't really need to break the bank for. So it has all the ports that you're expecting that I've mentioned in the other ones. It has all those ports. And then, if it's a Core i7, what I've come to take note of is that this particular system is called a workstation. It's a workstation for one reason, because it has 4 RAM slots, not 2, like the others I've mentioned. So this one has 4 RAM slots. So with ease, you can put 8 gig on each of those RAM, making 32. Even if it's 16 gig, it means you can increase it later on. But don't forget the fact that it's quite old, so it can still take some applications that are 2021, maybe 2020. So most of the applications for video editing, you can put it on it. So this system is a very perfect fit, and it's going to cost you between 190,000 to 250,000. A very good combination. Don't forget, your storage has to be an SSD for optimal speed. Number 2 on our list is the Dell Precision M6700. Yes, why am I bringing this to you? This system is actually very big. It's a workstation, it's another workstation. It's 17.0 inches, very wide, so video editing will be so sweet on it. You know, your processor, of course, is a Core i7. It has to be a Core i7. Then the processor speed is also very high, and I'm also very sure it's going to carry that designation with an M. You know, i7, maybe 4800M, something like that. So it shows you it's a workstation. So such workstation is also very effective because it's having 2 huge fans. You know, the system has 2 huge fans side by side. So, and of course, again, the system has this VRAM. The VRAM on it often is 2 gig dedicated. Once it's 2 gig dedicated, you know you can do a lot of work with it. So why am I choosing it? Why am I putting it on the second? You know, putting it as number 2 on the list. That is simply because it's a powerhouse. It can do a lot of work. Then you know you have a good machine for work. Don't forget the fact that it is an old model system, 4th gen, but I can promise you it is still very good for editing. In fact, I am using it for the editing of this video. You get that, right? So you can get it between say the cost maybe between 180,000 to 230,000. Sincerely, you can get it. So it's very affordable, and it is falling on my second list. So it tells you that it is very good, you know. So the last thing I would like to say about it is this particular laptop, Dell Precision M6700, can also has several ports. It has a 17-inch. You should expect what it should have. It has several ports. In fact, for your audio, it has up to 3 inputs. You know, for the mic, for the speaker, and all. It has up to 3 inputs. So, so what you should then take note of, lastly, is the fact that the system is heavy. That's the only bad side to it. It's heavy, but by the time you put it in your bag, it's going to be very heavy. So if you are mobile, or if you have an office that you can leave it, you know, then it is a perfect fit. The last on my list, which is 1, is Dell Precision M4800. This is just almost the same as M6700, but what makes it exactly different? It is different with one thing. The dedicated graphics on this one, often you can get up to 4 gig dedicated on it. In fact, sometimes you can get up to 8 gig dedicated on it.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's a powerhouse, a workstation and a powerhouse. Good combination, big, very big fans, very heavy, with all the ports that you're expecting. The processor speed is perfect, but I can tell you it is also a 4th gen laptop or a 5th gen laptop. So these systems I'm talking about, they are systems that will not make you break the bank. You can actually save a lot of cost and still get your work done.